This is the How Is He Podcast, a deep dive into Carlo soccer with Podge and Papa, proudly sponsored by Curra Sports. Let's kick it off.
Welcome to episode 27 of the How Is He Podcast, joined as always by my co-host Paul Papadoling.
Hello.
Alright Papa, slow down. This week we'll go over results from the weekend and the upcoming fixtures. We also are joined by a guest, a man who has a fantastic story in football and a fantastic journey. He started out playing for Hackestown's B team at 14 years of age, then got into the Premier side at 15 years of age. This is a first for me. Moved to Parkville to play youths because he was still only 17, and he also played Premier Parkville as well at the same time. He was also in academies with Shells and Home Farm with a view to signing for them, for one of them. He then got an opportunity to go over to England for a trial at West Ham, but just before he was due to sign a professional contract, he had a nasty accident. He also came back against doctor's orders, played 5-a-side and also played 35s for Felix. On an accolades level, he picked up 2 Carlow Cups, 2 Youths Leagues, Division 2 League, 5 Golden Boot Awards, 4 Player of the Year Awards, a club record 68 goals in his last season in Parkville, including 11 in one game. A massive welcome to the podcast, Mr. Anthony Byrne. How are you?
Cheers, lads. How are you keeping?
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for inviting me.
I suppose, lads would know you're a co-host of Papas or a co-host. I'm a co-host to you. Co-worker Papas.
People will be saying, who's Anthony Byrne? Be like, I don't know. It's the postman who runs, lads. You see him up and down the Rhine Road. Yeah, that's who he is.
Trying to run.
Yeah. Well, you're looking fit anyway.
I do my best, yeah.
He's fit, yeah.
Are you still playing any 5-a-side or anything like that?
No, I done my cruciate. I actually done my cruciate on the Sunday morning before I started working in the post office in Carlow here.
You're joking me?
Yeah, the Sunday morning I done my cruciate.
That's right, I remember that now, yeah.
I was actually a postman. I'm postman for years in Hackestown, and that was when I moved to Carlow and started working in Carlow the Sunday morning before I started in Carlow, I done my cruciate playing for Felix 35s.
You're joking.
Against Parkville.
No, in Parkville.
Tackle or what?
No, I just centre half, had the ball and he was miscontrolled, and I said, if I nick that, I'm in.
Yeah.
I went to nick it off him, and I did, but when I stood in the ground,
twisted on.
I went my knee.
So easy happen, isn't it?
Gone.
Yeah, it's simple.
You know,
there's a amount of people out with ACLs at the moment, but
I got back playing after that now, but I said if I keep playing that, I can't run anymore.
Yeah.
So I love the running, so I had to stop then. I shouldn't have been playing anyway with my arms, so I shouldn't have been anyway. But
that's a different
fair play. That is a story.
I don't have many questions for you. I only have one actual question for you. But before we get to it, I'm going to go through results, Papa. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are we? We're
going to the Wednesday, are we, Podge?
Yeah. 2nd of October. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah.
No, Beck Leshen 1-0. Free kick 92nd minute.
Yeah.
Another Dean Kelly special.
Great free kick. I seen it on Twitter as a super free kick. Yeah. I heard Corey Harron made a fantastic save a couple of minutes before that. Leshen were well in the game, I believe, and it was a great free kick at the edge of the box.
Yeah. Dean does what Dean does.
Dean does what Dean does, yeah.
In Pats and Hanover, 1-1.
Yeah.
Bobby Dolan corrected it after I dogged them last week.
Yeah. When is it 1-1 at junior games? Yeah. No.
I watched it. I have to say, first half was a tough battle. I thought we shaded it overall, but it was a good, honest, hard game of football.
I wouldn't deny that. I'd say, yeah, we had a really good first half. And I predicted that the pre-season would stand to ye and against us. It was a good game. It was a fast game of football, so it was a great game to be involved in, and for my boys to dig in and get a result of it, it felt like at half time it could go either way.
Yeah.
But at 80 minutes, when you were 1-0 up, I was like, if we get something out of this, it's a Brucey bonus. And we got something out of it. Still,
for someone who was observing it, looking at it, would think Jesus Pats should win this comfortable. Like as the game was in play, like watching I wasn't there, I was working, but watching it back, like we created a serious amount of chance. But in saying that, the goal you scored was a proper goal, as in keeper kind of made a mistake, you were there on it straight away. It was late in the game.
It was Kieran Nolan's first game for us. He
was at Pats. He's
a good lad, yeah,
good player.
Your microphone's like melted ice cream there, Patch.
I get the Viagra or something.
Yeah. But it was a great point for us to get, and it was a typical striker's goal. We put him up front for the last 10 minutes because he's a big unit.
Player, Papa.
He's a good player, yeah, and
Plenty of good players now.
Right place.
I
look,
thought Adam
get there.
McCarron was very good, and I thought I thought it was a good, honest, hard game of soccer.
Yeah,
that's.
I will sure look, and Cottle went off with his calf going. Stevie popped his hamstring, and then Luke went over his ankle, but also on the yellow card, so he was restricted in the game.
Yeah,
and so they're three massive players to me. So look, we got a point over it. Like I said on the previous podcast, Harry Carey interviewed me, and I thought we deserved at least a draw of the Kilree game, if not the 3, and I thought we robbed the point against St. Pat's on the second half performance, not the first half. First half was a good game, but he did really. There's a lot of pace in that Pats team, and they'll score a lot of goals, and then if someone like Brandon Kelly to come back in as well and make it even stronger. So.
Well, I think we need to be patient.
Well, I think if he was getting right defensively, you'll hurt teams going forward.
Exactly, yeah. Collection and Wolf Hill in Division 3 on the Friday night. That was 5-4 to Wolf Hill. I hope they were wearing their How Was He podcast jerseys.
Cora Sports.
Yeah. Ballymurphy 4, Nurney Villa 1. That must be Bally's second team, is it? Oh no, that's 35s.
35s,
Division 3, Dolman Celtic 2, Mount Celtic, that's the cup.
They're in the final now, the Dolman Celtic,
they were semi-finals,
yeah. Dolman and Bally in the final, is it?
Yeah. Bagnestown 3, Phoenix 2. Good result for Bagnestown there in the
I was talking to a lad from Phoenix, and he said Bagnestown fully deserved it. There was a chap from Phoenix told me that.
Okay.
He said Bagnestown were worthy winners.
In the Division 1 Cup, you bet Carnew 1-0.
Yeah, it was a messy night, and
that was a Saturday, Pop, right?
That was a Saturday, yeah. We had. It's just a messy game. Carnew are physical, and they just never give in, really, and they had to win in the first half, and we just.
Isn't it a fair? Sorry to go crash now, but isn't it a fair testament to them to keep going? Like
fair play to them, yeah.
Do you know,
yeah.
To keep feeling teams, keep going with it, because they haven't had the great. I know it was a big game, as in it was a semi-final or whatever, but
we were missing a couple of players. They were missing a couple of players. They still turned up with 14 lads. One of their lad in the back line, I can't think of his name. Good, solid chap. He went injured after 5 minutes, but we were missing a load of it. And there's still lads playing that. Like, it's 3 weeks since you played a game as well, so it's not.
You need games 35s, don't you?
Oh, you do. You have to play it every week, and that 4 week break is tough to come back after as well.
Pats and Carroll Rovers either side. That was 5-1 to Pats.
That'd be a good final, us and Pats now.
Yeah, it'd be a good game. Yeah, it'd be a good game. And when you make returns to mark it.
Will you, bud?
No, you'd only embarrass.
Like trying to catch me, like the Glimmer Man.
FAI Youths Cup, Hanover, great win against Evergreen.
I was up as it was a great game. Evergreen were winning for a long period of the game. About 20 minutes to go, Aaron scored a brilliant header. It was a free kick from Sam McHugh, and he just ran across the centre half. He just got a flick on it and left the goalie dead in at the near post, and then he scored a brilliant goal in extra time then, and really good game. Sure, to beat Evergreen any game is a good result, isn't it?
Sure, yeah.
They're top class club.
Absolutely.
Evergreen Kilkenny, Savage, yeah.
Bagnestown 5, Collection 2 in the same competition, FAI Youths Cup. In the Division 2, Parkville bet Josephs, and in the Division 1, Cretty Yard bet Josephs 3-0. I think there was Pats, and I think there's a bit of a change in the Youths, Pop. I think Pats have been put down to Division 2.
Rightly so.
Or Celtic have been brought up. I think Feeks put 7 past Pats Youths on and I want to say a fair play to the league, because Pats did request that they go into this Division 2, and the league obviously said we're cup champions, can't really do that, but after a couple of results they went in and rectified, which I think is. Well,
I'll put this idea: if they don't do it at the start, or if they didn't do it at the start, that team would probably fold.
Oh, it wouldn't go,
because you couldn't keep getting bet like that. Pop. No, you wouldn't get. So fair play to them on that.
And at their age, they're
exactly, yeah.
Yeah, which is very important.
Like, not only a club folding, you walk away.
Before that, Anton was 12-0, 14-0, and Hanover didn't learn, but either the Pats.
Yeah, there's kids at that age.
Oh yeah.
That's very important.
I think most of them are used again next year, aren't they, Podge?
Oh, they're very young.
Yeah.
Like, I think Luke Fitz is with the 16s. I think a lot of his 16s backed them up. And
so it's very disheartening as you keep playing matches. And
it's tough. It's tough because the majority of them kind of happen in pre-season. They've worked hard, and like they're going into their first year of youths, right? So they don't know on about it. They're coming fresh out of juvenile into youths. It's a massive jump, like. Yeah. You know, but look, I thought it was a great decision by the league, and fair play.
The players will enjoy it more as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely.
That's what it's all about.
Division 3 on the Sunday, then Nurney Villa big win against St. Joseph 7-0. Ballymurphy B bet Bagnestown B 3-2. It's great to see Bagnestown have a second team and Ballymurphy have a second team, and it's great to see Joseph's back as well. In the Whites Pharmacy Division 2, Boughton Glass big win against Castle Rangers 2-1.
their two teams to be at the top one near the end.
Yeah. That
Where was that?
Rangers side isn't bad in Ballinglass.
In Ballinglass.
Dolman B0, Fiax B3.
Jack Byrne was on the scoreline, was he?
Jack Byrne playing B team is nuts, isn't it?
I just seen the report, yeah.
Newark B1, Cretty Yard B1, Cretty Yard B back as well.
Jimmy Dunn over them.
Jimmy Dunn and he's over
and the youths as well, yeah.
Yeah, fair play to him.
Good man.
Good lad, we might get him on some night. In the Premier Division on the Sunday, Cretty Yard bet Kilree 4-1. Newark bet Bagnastone 5-3. I heard that was a cracker of a game.
Another free kick from Dean.
Another
great free kick, yeah.
And Hanover bet Collection 3-0 pop.
Yeah, super performance from the lads. Obviously, it was our third league game in 7 days, which was tough on the boys. We were getting a few bodies back alright, but still 3 games in 7 days and trying to fit in a little light session in between is very tough. And to get a result out of Pat's game sort of brought us into that game against Collection. But Collection had, even though they got beat against Newark,
they
would have been positive coming into the game.
Yeah.
But my lads won every battle all over the field.
But you're good at it, Papa.
You know, to just
it's your bread. I think it's your bread and butter. Like,
yeah, they won every, and it's hard. It's easier to do. I'm not saying it's not easy to do. It's easier to do it in the Plots than it is in Astro.
Well, the only thing to overcome teams battling is to change things up in relation to shape or your approach or whatever like that. So for me, if you're like playing Hanover, if you want to go and fight with them, it's going to be a fight. There's going to be very little football.
Yeah.
No, I don't mean that you're dirty or anything like that. No. I mean that you're going to give it
110%.
So there's ways. So say for instance, if I was playing that game again against Hanover, I'd be saying, let's just drop off. Don't chase them.
Yeah.
Let's just drop off, and then when we have the ball, we have to be super tidy. Instead of pressing them and the ball going over heads and trying to get in 1 second balls, because you're not like Coughlin, Luke. There's not many going to win first or second balls against them.
Sure, they're just determined, aren't they?
Yeah, do you know?
But that's what Hanover did Sunday against Collection. They won every battle in the field, and Collection played 3 at the back.
Yeah,
and we took a chance.
Did you go narrow with your top 3 then?
Yeah, inside.
So you went.
Narrow to stop them playing out, and when we got it, like Roland and Aaron. Out you go wide.
Oh, so you still went with
when we had it, like stretched them.
Okay,
because they're not like, how would I say this? They wouldn't be as fast as my players going forward. Yeah. So when Aaron got on the ball or Roland, it was a threat straight away. We turned over the ball so many times in the first 20 minutes. We were tooled up in 20 minutes, and we front 3 scored. Like Owen Byrne had a fantastic.
Just isolating lads.
Just isolating them.
Like you're asking the left or right side of the 3. Make a decision now. Are you going to come out and pick me up because your wing back's miles away?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, you split the wheel. My left full was like splitting, and the left wing and top 3 was splitting the right side, the centre half, and the winger, which is very tough. But you force them to make a mistake, and then we turned it over so many times.
Yeah, but if you have a really good fullback,
3 on 3, so it's really.
If you have a really, really good fullback, you could say to your top right winger or left winger, don't worry about coming back. Yeah, it's only 1-on-1.
That's
don't worry about coming back.
I did that years ago and when we won the league. That was done with Stevie and Simon.
Yeah,
1-on-1. You're happy for the whole season. Was that? Yeah. Don't care who you're playing against. 1-on-1. To beat you, but they didn't lose many battles.
Yeah,
well, but that's okay in a 4. It's very, very hard in a 3.
Yeah.
You know, but they played with 2 screens, and we just got amongst them and won every battle.
I know they were missing a few. I heard Greg said that they were missing a few. The centre half was away, and I didn't really hear it.
Well, I don't know. 7 or 8 subs anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So you look, regardless, you only beat what's in front of you.
Well,
do you know what I mean?
My front 3 scored. I don't think Collection have arguments on the day about the result. I think we deserved it. Anybody at the game thought we deserved it. I was proud of the lads, and I said it in the interview in another one that the desire to win the first and second ball was fantastic, but even a 3-0 podge, they were diving in front, blocking shots, not to concede a goal. They wanted a clean sheet, and they got it, and they deserved it. So I was delighted with it. It's 3 league games in 7 days, and you got 5 points from 9 with 2 away games, which you're taking it all day long.
No matter if you're title contenders or relegation contenders.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Yeah.
On the Sunday, Pats went down to Dean Celtic.
We don't have.
No, I wasn't at a Papa. I watched it. I seen it. It was recorded. Pats won 3-0. I have to say we were extremely sloppy on the ball. Scored within 90 seconds. Or scored a great goal. No, a few lads carrying injuries. Harry Taylor was back for his first game. We played second half. We never looked in trouble. You know, another day we could have bet him 7 or 8.
Right.
To be honest with you, we never looked in trouble. We were comfortable in, and as I
Is
said,
he Celtic Premier Kilkenny?
yeah. As I said to the lads, outside competitions, you're going away from home and 3-0.
Take it all day long. Get in and get out with Dodge.
Yeah. There was another game I don't see on this Saturday night, and I'm not just saying this because I'm Pats, but Pats and Dolman Celtic in the first division. Pats bet him 2-1. I don't see it here on the website, but I watched that game as well.
Pats B and Dolman A, is it?
Yeah.
Pats 1-2-1.
Yeah. You have to say, well, I think Dolman are missing a few. Joe Doran was outrageously good. What a player that chap
he's
is.
excellent, yeah.
Outrageously good.
Yeah, he's very, very good.
Pats.
We said it many times, there's some threat in that Dolman team.
Yeah, well, they dropped off, to be fair, and they played them like a tea. Scored 2 goals in the first half. Could have scored a couple more. Timmy was playing for Pats on the right or left and just worked his socks off, and Tom Mitchell up front got a brace, I think. Shane Buggy played back from Airog. He'll be addition to the A team, obviously. Alex Downs played centre half. So it's that time of year where you can use the A team lads.
Yeah, sure.
Do you know?
It's decision time for me now. I've a few lads on 3 that are.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, well, sure, look, you can't have.
You can't be thinking like that, though, Papa.
25 lads, you know, so look, they have to get game time as well.
So I just want to clarify that because I don't see it on the website here.
If you're stuck, Pop, give me a shout.
I know where you live.
If you're very stuck.
But I would say when Dolman get the lads back, it'll be very good.
Yeah.
Anto, thanks for your patience. We genuinely appreciate it. Yeah. As I said at the start, I don't have many questions, Papa, for this one. There's one thing I want to start with, and we're going to probably finish with this as well because it could go on for a while, right? I really want to know, Anto, about your journey, right?
Yeah.
So tell me, how does a lad from Hackettstown end up nearly signing a pro contract for West Ham? And what's the year? What year are we talking here?
In West Ham, you mean?
Yeah.
So accident 96, so it would have been 94, 95.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the accident 96, yeah, so 94, 95, yeah.
So tell me, did you never play Gar?
That's
like
the first time that book was closed.
I played Gar, I did play Gar. Didn't enjoy it.
Okay.
But I played because I'm just a ball.
Yeah.
So I just played, you know. I didn't really enjoy it because I used to always play me at wing half back. And I was always a forward thinking player.
Yeah.
And I used to hate playing half back because I'd just go forward.
Right.
And my player I'd be marking would get about 1-9 and 110 in the match. So
pick it up for sport.
So you were soccer over.
And it was alright GE as well. Purely soccer. Yeah, I was born with football really, soccer ball really, you know.
And how did you end up then playing first team football at 14 years of age? Like, was that just a thing at the time?
Yeah, because at the time the Hackettstown's B team were playing in the second division at the time.
Yeah.
There was a Premier or first, second division. Yeah, it would have been the third division, say. And we just used to go and train with the lads. But I was just better than the lads that had playing up front. So just brought me one day, stuck me in, scored 2 goals first game. So just kept me then.
At 14 years of age.
Yeah.
Was that the pitch where the playing used to land beside it?
Yeah, the pitch was on a slant.
Yeah.
Beside the
on a slant.
Yeah.
It was like a slant.
There was two brothers played for Hackettstown. One played centre half.
Was it probably Chopper Talon? Probably was it 2 Talons? Chopper?
No, not Talon.
No.
Jesus, Blondie lad.
Quigley's.
Yeah,
Quigley's.
Mick Quigley, yeah, and a brother.
Patrick,
yeah.
They were all good.
I played against him, yeah.
Good players, like, you know. Yeah. And they were older than me, you know. Michael was, but so that's where I started. But I always wanted to be a footballer. That's all I ever wanted to be.
Yeah.
Even since I was 3, 4, 5.
Any juvenile before that, like?
No.
So your career started at junior soccer at 14?
Yeah, and I didn't know no coaching. Like, there was no coaching then, like that time. There was no coaching. So I actually just trained myself. I was 6 or 7 years of age. I was at the back of the side of my mum's house. Was the gable end of the house. Yeah. So I'd get a ball, obviously, and I would smash it off the
wall,
gable end as hard as I could. So it would come back to me harder, and I had to control it. So I was left, right. So I was 2-footed when I was only 10.
That's nuts.
You're right. So I made myself
self-trained.
Yeah. So I made myself 2-footed.
Yeah.
And my control was good on both sides. I could shoot with both sides, so it didn't matter. You know, you're playing centre half, and he knows you're right footed. He'll lean you.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter. I could go either way. So defenders then don't know what to do when you're 2-footed.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not up to date with the current soccer lads. I don't watch the Carl League anymore. I don't interest really anymore. But I imagine there's 2-footed players playing the Carl League now that will be the same.
Yeah.
And I imagine the defenders hate playing them because you can go either way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's no, I keep him to his left, he won't score then, or we keep him to his right, he won't, you know. But so that's where I started there. So.
And then you went into the first team in Hackettstown.
Yeah, first team then, and I would play B team on the 11 o'clock on Sunday morning, and the first team on 2 o'clock on the Sunday after dinner. 2 games every Sunday.
That's what young lads done then, though, Anto.
There was more than me. There's lads my age playing what does me now? I wasn't the only one that age.
Yeah.
But I was the only one that played regular. You know, they would come and go
Was there a thing where you slip so where does the decision come in then that you're like, I'm actually still youths here?
See, there was no youth team in Hackettstown.
Yeah.
He's 15.
Yeah.
He's 3 more years youth.
Yeah. And the thing was, there was no youth league then.
Oh, was there?
No. The year that I moved to Parkville was the first season of the youths.
In Carlow?
Yeah, I'm nearly sure. I could be mistaken, but I think that's right.
So we're at 94, 95?
Yeah, around, I think. I could be mistaken now, but thinking back now, I think it was. So I transferred to Parkville because at the time the Carlow League made a rule that you can't play first team for Hackettstown and play reserve or play youth for Tullow. Or Parkville at the time. So I had to move. But they wanted me to go anyway.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they were asking me, and when the rule came in, then
Hackettstown wanted you to go?
No, Parkville wanted me to go.
Yeah, of course.
Hackettstown didn't want me to go.
Yeah, of course, yeah, right.
So what happened then was the Hackettstown were delighted with the rule, you know, but then Parkville actually paid Hackettstown. They bought me, basically.
Fuck off.
Yeah, so it probably was the first.
First player ever bought in Carlow.
So I think I was the first player that was ever paid for, I think, in Carlow League.
You were the only player ever paid for
probably,
Carlow League.
So they paid £100 to Hackettstown United.
No way.
Yeah.
Who negotiated that?
The secretary of both clubs done it, and on the QT because Hackettstown didn't want me to go. Because there was a bit of fufa at the time over it.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Let's slow down here for a second.
This is good.
We're talking 1995 here, right? 94, 95.
£100 is a lot of money then.
95, yeah.
Early 90s. Early 90s.
Yeah.
The Parkville secretary or treasurer contacts Hackettstown and say, listen, we have to get Anthony Byrne in. He's still youths, blah, blah, blah.
Here's £100.
Is the conversation,
it was
give us a ton and he'll go.
Yeah, I was only 16 at the time. And the youth team was just, I think I was only 16 at the time. So the secretary in Hackettstown was Dermot Byrne at the time. A terrible nice man. And he played a bit of football when I started in the B team, in fairness to him.
Yeah.
But he knew I had to go there to get better. I wouldn't get better at Hackettstown. To be fair, Hackettstown was a very good club and they were brilliant to me.
Yeah.
But I had to.
And no respect, it's a better pitch.
Yeah, and they were playing. Yeah, you were playing slightly better players, and Parkville would have played football, whereas Hackettstown was kicking it along to John McGrath. Now, the fairness, John McGrath made about 1,000 goals for me. He was tall and he was brilliant in the air, and every single ball that came in, he flicked it. I'd walk in and score. Now, he'd never scored any goals. I got 100 goals, but he made them on for me.
Yeah.
So, but it was all a long ball up to John McGrath. He'd flick it.
Big target,
I'd score. That's how it worked, really.
A
pound for every goal.
That's how it worked.
A pound for every goal.
But when I went to Parkville, it was football there. So I needed to be doing that, obviously. But anyway, it was, and they were playing Premier.
Did you develop better?
Yeah, I did. I did develop better. Yeah, because the players my age.
Who was over that Parkville youth team?
No, who was over the Parkville youth team? That was good. But it could have been Timmy Sunderland. It could have been.
Yeah.
Because my uncle Noel
Brophy. Was Brophy involved? No?
Yeah, there was a few. I can't remember now. Yeah. It could have been Timmy Sunderland. I couldn't be mistaken.
Actually, Martin Cody could have been jobs.
Actually, it could have been Martin Cody either.
Yeah.
Because Cobbs and that was there. And
that's Cobbs' father.
Cobbs' father,
yeah. He was a gentleman as well. He was. He actually could have been. I probably was Martin.
Yeah.
Still, you know. So so I transferred then.
So I'm not past this £100 yet, by the way.
Sorry, yeah.
No, don't apologise. It's my mind I have to
I'm going to blow something else down. Go ahead, sorry.
Did Hackettstown contact you to say, we've sold you?
No, the Dermot Byrne rang me and said, Anthony, you're sold.
Go away. Yeah. So that was the guy from Parkville said, we're after cutting a deal for you.
Yeah, and you're coming over.
That's nuts.
So they paid £100.
£100 in is a lot of money, Podge.
Yeah.
Plus, they gave me £25 a week.
Parkville did?
Expenses.
No way.
For travel up and down from Dublin when I was with Shells and that. And they bought boost like. And also, no matter where I was in the country, they'd send a car for me to pick me up to make sure I was there to play.
Parkville did?
Yeah.
Fair play to them.
What? You're still in school?
Yeah, still in school, yeah.
And you're taking home £25 a week?
Yeah, and then once I left school, then I went to the Dublin, you see, to the academy, and that's when they started paying me the money for expenses. And the bus to come down and they picked me up. They made sure I was home Friday night. The match wouldn't be till Sunday.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't be having this. I was definitely home Friday night in Hackettstown and be home so I could play on the youth Saturday and the first team on Sunday.
Who did they send for you to bring you home?
It was actually I started off the O'Brien man from Rathvilly who had the buses.
Okay.
And then there were different lads would come. Then there was different.
They didn't care as long as you got home.
Like, would just be pure supporter. Like one of the lads who would
someone working in Dublin pick him up there, or
someone that lives in Tullow that loves soccer would come over and get me from Hackstown and bring me, make sure I was an hour there before the match.
Nuts.
I had to be there, or there was panning stations. Like,
that's nuts.
Yeah, crazy stuff.
It's crazy.
Back then, like you're still in school. Do you know what I mean?
So. Yeah,
how did that come out? Did they say to you, we're giving you this, or did you go, lads?
They said we're giving you this. I said, that's super, lads. Yeah, no bother. But I would have paid them to play. I just wanted to play.
Oh, absolutely, I get that as well. Yeah,
I just love football. I just loved it. I lived it. You know what I mean?
You're definitely the only youth to ever get paid to play. There was no question about that.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. League. Yeah.
So I was probably the first youth player, probably the first player under 17 to get transferred to it. Say, I could be wrong.
As in paid for.
No, you actually get transferred from a club to another club before youths at 16 or whatever. I'd say as well.
Oh, you'd say
probably. At the time, anyway, definitely there was no
different process. You see,
yeah, it's different now. You see,
so it's a completely different process now. It's end of the year. You have a free month in July.
Right. Okay. So then it was
like
just
you couldn't go after who you want.
Oh, really? Okay. Right.
So you can't kind of transfer now. But back then, obviously,
really? You couldn't.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
So back then, obviously, you can't.
It was a bit of. There wasn't like there was a lot of words about at the time that. You shouldn't have went and you should have stayed with your own team. But
well, sure, that's always going to happen.
Always,
no matter who.
How did you take that? The negativity?
I don't mind, it wouldn't bother me.
Just start flash €25
doesn't matter to me, yeah. Flash me new Puma Kings out.
Put them sunglasses on. You're blinding me there.
No, I didn't mind that at all, you know. Yeah.
And tell me, how did the opportunity for the academies in Dublin come up?
When I was just after finishing school, the courses come up like online, you know. The course come up on the, you know, the what do you call it,
like the FOSS website, or
yes, yeah, exactly. That's what it was. Yeah. And you applied for it, and you went for a trial, and you were picked or you weren't picked. So I got picked.
And that's obviously
it was home farm first,
and it's a coaching course. And
was that home farm Everton at the time, or just home farm?
No, it was home farm.
No.
Just Whitehall there.
Yeah. Savage pitch.
What do you call it? Was Liam Toohey.
Oh, like he was
the man who decided whether you were going to stay.
So were you a part of the that FEI home based thing for lads out of school that didn't, instead of putting them into work?
No, I wasn't part of that.
Do you know what you want to talk? Remember
I do. Yeah, no, I wasn't part of that. No. But I just came.
What was that, Podge?
So back in the day, sorry, no, I wanted to go up. But said like Sir Roy Keenan that would have been put on these FOSS courses out of school.
That was slightly after.
That was after you.
Yeah.
So they would have set up this course. So they would have put, say, players who are juvenile internationals and haven't got over the water yet. They'd put them into these FOSS courses in Dublin.
Yeah.
Put them up for the week. But
I started in led to that. I think
so. You were kind of like the template.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was all like Dublin lads and that's at loan and that kind of stuff, you know. Yeah. So it was So I was home farm first, and then that one finished. And
you're in school in Hackstown?
No, I finished school then. I'm finished school now. Yeah. And then I went to that after school.
Right.
Just 17. So.
And so you would have been getting paid for doing that as well.
Yeah, I got paid for that.
Through FOSS.
I got paid for that, and then I got paid from Parkville. So during the week I would do the academy, and you go to college as well when you're up there, and you train. And then the idea is eventually you get to play for home farm. And then I went to one in Shells just after that.
Brilliant.
And then I was playing for Parkville at the same time at the weekend. So that's when they'd come for me and make sure I was home and go back up.
Was there a worry that Parkville are saying this lad's going to actually end up playing for these now?
100%. It was a matter of time. It would have been only a matter of time.
Are you playing games with Shells during the week? And
it was week, yeah.
But you're allowed to play Parkville at the weekend?
Yeah. At that time you could play for your home club at the time. That
was part of the process of that.
Because there was thousands of lads like me playing with Shells at home farm, but they want you to have games. So until you broke into this actual second squad or the first squad that played in the League of Ireland,
they want you playing.
You see. Do you know what I mean?
But it wasn't a league though.
I was just about to break into the team when I went to England, you see.
Is it a league basis up in Dublin you're playing, or just friendlies amongst each other?
No, it was a league of the lads that I played with, like the courses that played the league.
I get you.
Sorry, Papa,
so it would have been an internal thing, really.
It was leagues all in Dublin. I played home farm, Shells, Dundalk, league during the week. So lads that were trying to break into the Drogheda team, into the Cork team.
But they're good games to begin.
Brilliant games,
home farm would have been League of Ireland at the time, right?
League of Ireland,
So it would have been
Gavin played with them. I think Gavin played with them, did he?
I'm not sure. I think
he did in the goal.
But so it would have been an initiative for League of Ireland clubs.
Yes,
that's what
it was.
Yeah, brilliant.
Liam Toohey actually could have something to start that up. And
well, that's a great like that's miles ahead. That should be happening now. Like
it should be happening now. Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, it is a great idea.
You know, for lads in limbo.
Because I never wanted to go to college.
Yeah.
Now I was in school. I was fine in school. I don't mean studies, but I didn't study. But I was grand in school. Passed me exams, just about.
Yeah.
But I always wanted to be a footballer.
Yeah.
In England. That's all I ever wanted to be. So I just had to keep playing football till I was a professional.
Yeah.
Or that was it. That was nothing else. That was it.
Really?
You weren't thinking of
no
backup plan then?
No, nothing. Just I'm playing soccer. I'm a professional. I'm going professional. That's all it was.
When does it? So at that time when you're in the academy, right? Because every young lad dreams of being professional.
Yeah,
right.
Of course, yeah.
When does it become a reality? Like, do you have the mindset, like as you just said, I'm going to be a professional footballer?
Because when I was playing,
it's never a dream.
No, because I was playing, I'd be always looking at the lads around me. I know I'm better than them.
Yeah.
Now, it sounds big-headed, but you have to think that way.
Yeah.
Even if you're not. You know, especially players that play.
There's some knocks in that, aren't there?
Oh,
like
yeah, unreal.
You're being knocked more than you're getting a pat in the back.
No, I was quite fortunate. I got up. I was only when I had my accidents that was it. Until that, I was claiming, I was almost there, as you know, almost there.
Yeah.
Until I had my accident. But coming up to that, I never had any knocks. I was fortunate.
No injuries. You were playing all the time. Always available, yeah.
Playing midweek games, Saturday with the youths, then Sunday with the first team, back on Monday, back training. Never got injured. I was always playing, never got injured or anything like that, never.
Did you ever get international trials?
No, I never got played for international trials, no.
Never. So they would have. So at that time,
because it was just about that would have probably came right at the time. See, everything was just coming perfect.
Yeah.
And the accident came.
Yeah.
So you nearly would have had to been over the water to get into the Irish youth team, right?
You would have had to been 100%.
They wouldn't have picked from that pool.
That comes as an automatic thing. They'll look at it. Yeah, but just 3 Irish lads over there in England. Bring them over and have a look at it.
And
it doesn't matter, like, they don't go, there's 10 lads down in Cork or 40 lads in Dublin.
And the 10 lads
get the 3 lads of England
probably better than the lads in England, and just because they're not in England, you don't get picked for the.
I think that mentality has changed now.
No, it is, yeah, but at the time it wasn't.
Because you have home-based squads now, and you have like Galway Cup, there's always a home-based squad in Galway.
It's much better now. It's much better now. Like I was playing, say I was 15 or 16 now.
Yeah,
I would have been 100% been in England already.
But the percentage,
because you have lads from England coming over, of
course,
looking at you.
We've been at the pods down in the Kennedy Cup.
There's probably chaps, there's probably lads that play now in the Carol League. Probably.
But the Kennedy Cup, you'll see there's Ajax coaches. Remember the colour shop black or
that didn't happen.
Podge, the first year, signed for Man City on the stairs.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
He was unbelievable up front, wasn't he? DDSL he played, wasn't it?
Years ago, like, you know, different then.
But you
had to be lucky when I was playing.
You did.
Yeah.
I think I've done a bit of research. I think it actually still stands, right? For every young lad that goes over to England, so say 1,000 young lads, let's say 1,000 young lads go over to England from all around Europe, 1% of them will play at the top level.
It's some stat, isn't it?
1%.
Yeah. And that is purely, because I know I was over there, purely down to the player being nervous or homesick.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with how good he is or bad he is. Purely down to being homesick, which something I would never be. I wasn't. But when I was over in England, like there was a couple of players.
Tell him to sleep in a bin, Podge. Tell your man who says he's free.
and nerves. Lads are nervous. If you're nervous, you know, you have to believe in yourself. But when you're over there, you get homesick, and then you're playing against players who are better than you. So you have to be able to adjust to that. But there was players over there that were better than me.
Yeah.
But didn't make it because they were just couldn't stick living in England, not being home from the mammy, like, you know what I mean, or just had to be a home.
It's a major factor, though.
Major, and it's all mental. It's a mental thing as well.
Have they changed that? Sorry, no, to kind of jump ahead to modern, but they've kind of changed that process. And so back then, you would have been put into a family home, into a host house. Am I right in saying that? On a YTS.
Yes, that's right.
So you're put into kind of like a host family.
If you haven't got family to stay with,
so you what are you doing, Bobby?
Get your microphone there. You're naming.
Look after your own man, will you? But now I think you actually go into proper like dorms and schools and all that.
Yeah, it's much better now, you know.
Yeah. Like, so I can kind of understand from the like. I don't know if you know Neil Phelan.
No.
Neil would have played for Parkville. He would have been at Newcastle.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Neil. Yes, I do know him. Sorry.
I remember Neil telling me the story. Like, and it was, you know, I'm trying to get him on here something because he's a great soccer player, by the way, but. Like his story is
very
like putting a report opposite of yours, as in you're like, I know I'm going to make it. I have the confidence to do it, to be the business. Neil was like, it was tough. Yeah, it was mentally tough.
It wasn't for me.
Do you know?
It wasn't for me.
How did you?
I wanted
position wise, Anto. Youths, where are you playing?
I could play
in that Parkville youth team. Where are you playing?
Yeah, I could play. They let me play in front of me on. I could do her like.
So then there's your 4-4-2.
Yeah, but I was across the front. I mean, I was across the front because I was always hunting for chances all the time. So I didn't actually stick to
one position.
Yeah, I played wide when I was younger for Hackstown in a tree. And then
the tree
in a tree.
Yeah.
It must have been a Christmas tree or something. Was it?
There's a big forest out there.
It was always a tree. And then with Parkville they played two. The first team always played two. And then we had the two boys. We had Cobb. I used to have Cobbs Cody playing left back, and I had Pacquiao playing right back. Two brilliant footballers,
classy players,
absolutely brilliant. And both of them made most of my goals.
Yeah,
they were like Johnny Elvis and Danny Elvis. They were, and you know what I mean. They were absolutely brilliant. And I remember every time I get the ball, I'd control a turn, and I'd look for either one of them. And both of them would be either one left or right, they'd be gone.
With the delivery spawn as well, Anto.
I'd be gone to the box, and then they'd come back to me.
Yeah.
And I'd hopefully.
Would you mentioned I like the way you're talking about the way you hunt chances. Off the ball.
Yeah.
When you haven't got it, were you good enough to occupy a 4? Like?
Oh, 100%, yeah.
You'd get across the ground, no problem.
Oh, yeah, no problem, yeah. I was fast.
I think that's the greatest attribute in a striker.
I was just
without
fast.
telling them.
Yeah.
Without telling them.
I was so fast as well. And with the ball, I was fast.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is, Anto? See the speed you have? It actually means nothing.
No, unless you know where you're going.
Unless you know where you're going.
Correct.
Unless you're going the right line.
100%.
Because when I do see some strikers who have it all, but off the ball, they'll go press, but they're pressing the wrong line or the wrong angle, or they're not curving the run, or they're allowing the player to step in.
And
sure, many young lads pods that we coach, say up front with Kennedy Cups, and even when a lad is only learning his trade, say in youth or that, and the two centre backs will go from the 4 to the 5 to the 4 back to the 5, and he'd go across with the ball like this.
Yeah.
When you're like, run, I'd make it do one pass and then force him forward. He either goes to the full back or goes to 50
you
yard.
You can't actually coach that in some people. It's natural with some lads.
Well,
100%.
But this way, if a lad knows it without telling him at a young age, it's priceless.
Danny Doyle.
It's priceless.
Yeah. So it's very rare. Actually.
Danny Doyle's clever.
Rare. It's very rare.
On the opportunity to West Ham, how does it come about? So you're in Dublin, you're at Shells at the moment, you're in the academy.
Yeah, and would you believe it was nothing to do with that? My uncle lived in London, and he worked for a firm who done the cars for West Ham.
For the players.
Go away.
Yeah, so his boss was great friends with Harry Redknapp. So because it was taking longer, taking long for me to get in the chance to go, he said to him, "This is my nephew's over there, and he's pretty handy. He's all right. Would you come and see him?" So the man asked Harry Redknapp, "There's a chap in there, and we're having a look out to bring him over." Redknapp said, "100% bring him over, because they don't care." Wants to have. If
so what's it to them? Nothing.
But West Ham's youth setup back then was top of the pops, right?
Yes, it was. Yeah. So I went over anyway. They asked me to come over. I said, "Yeah, I'll definitely go." So the week before, that was the Monday the Bally Monday night game in the Junior Cup.
Yeah.
I got 11 in that game the week before. So that was
looking at this. That's mock.
Yeah. So they sent
four players in wheelbarrows or something.
I had a lad over watching that game. You see,
right?
When I was supposed to go over. So that particular game, I got 11 goals in that game.
What an advertisement that is!
And so they're thinking, that's not right. That can't be right. But anyway, I got 11 goals. That was great. So the following weekend, we went over to London. Anyway, so that was grand. Into the ground. The first day you go in, and it's like
just the old.
Is the ball in?
Upton Park, was it?
No, it was Upton Park.
Upton Park, yeah.
But the training ground in was about 2 miles from Upton Park. And I remember going in, and you're walking through the gates, and my uncle's carrying my bag, and I'm walking in, and it's like, there's Tony Cotty, there's Julian Dix. You know what I mean?
Fighting each other.
You know,
looking at the television. Yeah,
it's like, and there I said, this can't be right, you know.
Yeah.
But that kind of thing I was in awe of. But once I was on the pitch, I was straight away, I should be here.
Like, I suppose being exposed to that, like, I find the emotion very hard to get over on that. If you're chasing something so much from a confident space where you're coming from, right, and you're seeing these lads, and all of a sudden your emotion changes to like, oh shit, this is real now. There's established stars. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? In the same dressing room as me, and
Julian Dix was known then as a madman, though, wasn't he? Like, he used to spin lads.
He had a timber frame. The shape, the size, the shape of a goals. A flat timber board was the diameter of a goal, actual goals.
Yeah.
And it was painted in the West Ham colours. And he had 6 spots on it: top corner, centre under the crossbar, centre under the goalie's legs, and bottom corners.
Where did he have this now?
In the training ground.
Go away.
Right. So after training, he would take penalties. He never missed a penalty.
So he was deadly at penalties.
Yeah, so he never missed one, has he?
No. So he never missed a penalty. So he'd take penalties, and he'd smash the ball off every spot and wouldn't miss one spot. He'd do the 6 of them, and then he'd do them again, and then he'd do them again, and then he'd do them again. He would spend an hour.
Habits.
Gone. See, I used to stay back myself.
Yeah.
And do bits myself, because
imagine having 6 options taking a penalty. knowing you're going to hit that spot every time.
Yeah.
So when he's going,
Save that.
you know.
Yeah, and he used to drill them like.
Oh, yeah,
there was no
very
place
And
there.
I was talking to him one day, you know, and he actually said to me one day, when you're taking a penalty, he says, Toe, used to call me Anthony's my name, so obviously, but they used to call me Toe, and I was in.
Yeah.
Why Toe? You know, I don't know why they call me that, Toe.
Yeah.
Anyways, he called me that. He said, hey Toe, he says, never change your mind. He says you're taking a penalty. You take it, never change your mind. Never change your mind. He says, you'll never miss a penalty if you change your mind. If you don't change your mind, you never miss a penalty. A lot of lads go up and say, I'm going to point to the right at the goalie.
Yeah.
And then when they go to the ball, oh no, I'm going to go to the left, and that's why you miss a penalty.
Yeah.
He's always said never.
I have heard that before, yeah.
So, you know.
What's the step up like? I suppose you would have got decent level of coaching in home farm and shit.
Yeah,
so what's the step up again like when you go into West Ham?
It's not much different. The only difference is
it faster?
Quality steps up.
Yeah, and actually, would you believe the higher level you go, the more time you get.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah.
So when I was playing with the West Ham, so I trained for 3 weeks before I had the first match. So I was in 3 weeks training. Training is training, you know. Your control, your grand. That was no bother. I just couldn't wait to play a game. So the first game was an A game, not a reserve game. So it was the West Ham A. So that was.
So there's West Ham A.
So there's West Ham you see in television, the Premier League.
Yeah.
West Ham
reserves.
Or reserves,
and then A. So the third best team West Ham had.
Right.
Yeah.
So I started there. So the first game anyway was Byrne, I think it was. Byrne's at home, yeah. And
where'd you play your home games?
They played their home games. That was played at Dagenham and Redbridge's ground.
Oh yeah, okay,
right,
yeah.
So that was grand. So there's like maybe 300 or 400 people. That was grand, like a Carl League Cup final, say.
Yeah.
So that was grand. So now there was no one I recognised playing. It was all like lads like me that were trying to see what they're like. So I played Byrne and was thinking
earn their stripes.
Yeah. So it was grand, but no time. It's like they kicked the legs off me.
Yeah.
Right.
So position wise, where are you playing here in this team?
Centre forward.
Right. 4-4-2.
4-4-2. Yes, I played off myself and another chap.
You're drifting across,
but
right.
the team, it was both teams are not teams because
selfish.
Byrne were like West Ham. It's lads that don't play together all the time.
Yeah.
So, but like, I don't know what you're going to do. What kind? Are you a fast winger or are you a slow winger?
You're learning as you're playing.
Yeah, which is not ideal. But that's how they get better because you have to learn quick. So all the players have to learn quick, or they won't make it.
Or is it also lads are trying to make an impression?
Correct. So you could have a lad.
Do you know what I mean?
You could have a lad.
You could force that too much stoppage.
That's what I'm saying to you. There's a fine line, isn't there?
So
I'm hanging onto the ball, and the greedy one, like, he's too greedy.
It's too, that's happening. That happens all the time, right? Now, you have to be greedy-ish to a point, and then
but you have to make the right pass at the right time as well.
Correct. So they're watching everything. They're watching your movement. They're watching your passing. They're watching. Different players have different things that they should be good at. So that was grand. So it was a 3-3 draw. I got 2 goals in that game. That was a 3-3 draw. We were 3-0 down and got 2 goals in that game, and we got a draw over. But it was like they're on top of you. Everyone is kicking one another, and it's like playing the Carl League, really. You know, I tough Carl League. The game was away to Bullfillers from her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Really tough. Right, that was grand. So that was grand. I played it all right. I thought myself grand. So 3 days later there was a reserve match, right? So Redknapp comes into the dressing room one of the days. He says, Terry Redknapp says to me, "Hey, Tony," he says, "reserve game Wednesday night. You're in." I said, "Yeah, thanks, Terry." Right, grand. Well, that's grand. So like 2 weeks before, I'm getting tugged out in Woolfield in the snow and the rain, like, and then.
Can I ask before this reserve game, right?
Yeah.
So the West Ham A and the West Ham reserves, are you all training together?
Yes, they train together,
and they pick 2 separate squads.
Yeah, and
so you're have to get promoted here to the
when the established reserve team players are brought out, are left. Say you're training for 5 days in a row for the season, right? So 3 of them days that mix, but 2 of the days they're separated and the reserves are concentrated on, because your job is to get into the reserves, and once you're in the reserves, then you get the training as hard.
But they're preparing for a game then.
Preparing for a game, yeah. So the game that was on the Saturday. So on the Wednesday, it was 4 days there. On the Wednesday, the reserve game against Wimbledon. So that was grand. So you're in. I said, that's brilliant, no bother. So train Monday, train on Tuesday. Very light train on Tuesday because the match was on. So the thing was to meet at Upton Park, and the bus goes over to
Wimbledon.
Right. So we're playing at Plough Lane. I was falling down at the time. I was falling down. But anyway, grand.
Plough Lane, remember?
Yeah.
That was grand. So that was grand. So I went up the park.
I used to play Pound Lane. That was the L name.
Pound Land.
Arrived at up the park. There's 2 buses.
Yeah.
And see, this is what the actual playing soccer. I wouldn't matter. Champions League final in the morning. I was sent to Papa outside there. I'd go and play blinking, they wouldn't even bother me.
Yeah.
But the things that got me was like this now, for example, the 2 buses, right? So there's a small bus and a big bus. So all the players we got onto was the big bus, and all the coaches and the kit man went on the small bus. They went ahead.
Physio, the whole
and one staff member and one coach got home with us. So the small bus left, and we were going behind it. So I'm going across London in this
coach,
right? And across me is sitting this Frank Lampard.
Yeah.
Now at the time, nobody knew who Frank Lampard was, right?
Yeah.
So, but he was sitting across me. Rio Ferdinand was sitting in front of him.
Yeah.
Now at the time, they're nobodies.
Yeah.
Grand. Over there they are because they're good players. I don't know who they were.
They're at West Ham all their lives as well.
Yeah,
right?
they're growing up from 2 years of age, right? That's grand. So we're going along the bus, and the bus has tea and coffee, and it has a television, and it has everything on it. Like some amazing.
Top of the pops and days, though, isn't it?
I think this is amazing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's unreal.
Yeah.
So I'm going across London on this fucking bus, grand, going along. Next time we go to Plough Lane, into the dressing room, and just before we stop at the grounds, the coach stands up and says, "Lads, the team is blah blah, right back, you're right back, you're left back, your number is 2, your number is 3, Rio Ferdinand, you're 4, Frank Lampard, you're 8, and then Anthony, you're 10 today." So I knew I'm starting then. So you're told you're starting
on the bus
before you go into the stadium.
Is that a time thing?
It is. No, it's because I didn't know the times when you go into this dressing room, your kit's laid out for you.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, like, your boots laid out for you, your socks laid out for you, your shin guards, your shorts, your jersey laid out for you.
Isn't it?
Right, and this is 9 reserves now, and I'm thinking, this is unbelievable. Like, this is what I was in awe of, not the actual playing. I was in awe of
preparation. All
this, like, you know, I was getting tied out in the back of a car.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And the side of the road, you know what I mean? And now you're getting the thing that out for you, like, it's amazing. So anyway, so we played the game anyway, and it was completely different to the A team because you get way more time. So it's way easier.
These are lads on the edge though, right?
These lads on the edge of the Premier League.
And coming back from injury as well.
This is where you have to play now if I want to make it.
Yeah.
So that's grand. So we walked out into the stadium, and it could have been 2,000 or 3,000 people at. You know, easy. Grand job. And the game started anyway. So Rio Ferdinand was playing centre half. Frank Lampard was playing centre midfield. Now they're the only 2 lads that made it from that team.
Any other names? Any other Irish over with you?
There was one other chap, I'll tell you about him in a bit now. Another chap, Mark Watson was his name. There was one Irish chap there as well. I can't remember the chap's name. He was small chap, really small.
Chris, this is going to be the longest episode ever.
Yeah. He was like a rocket.
It's like a never-ending story. He was
like a rocket, but he didn't. He didn't make it because it was not a homesick thing again. You see.
Yeah.
But there was no. I was the only Irish playing that particular time.
Okay.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
So anyway, the game started and played away. But we were 3-0 down at half time, and they took off Rio Ferdinand. He caused the 3 goals.
Go ahead.
Took him off at half time.
Was he? And he
horrendous.
Was he poor? Yeah.
Brutal. He only actually made it as a professional because he was an elegant player. He was tall.
He was tidy.
Good in the air. He was good on the ball, but he couldn't defend.
He was probably ahead of his time for centre half, was he?
He couldn't defend. And if you look back over his career, when he went to West Ham, he was playing beside Alvin Martin. Brilliant centre half.
Yeah.
He went to Leeds. He was playing with Lucas Radaby.
Yeah.
Brilliant centre half.
Or Woodgate.
Went to Man United. He was playing with
Vidic.
Brilliant centre half. So he was looking over his career. So he got away with murder. Really.
It's funny you say that.
Who did he play in England with? John Terry was a proper defender.
Yeah.
Well, he actually only probably made a stamp at United when United signed him.
No, obviously he was a good footballer.
He did, yeah.
He didn't make it. He did make it.
He was ahead of his time for centre half.
There's people compare, like, is it Vidic or is it Ferdinand or is it Van Dijk?
Yeah.
Vidic is miles ahead.
Ahead of all them lads.
No, not Van Dijk, but he's ahead.
Of course not.
No, but Van Dijk is a Rolls Royce.
Yeah,
but in Man United defenders,
yeah, but that's why
Vidic is twice the defender Ferdinand will ever be.
Yeah. 100%. But that's why Ferdinand made it, because he was lucky. Whereas Lampard was just brilliant from that first game I seen him playing with him. He was brilliant.
And look where he went. His goals.
He was unbelievable player. Even at that age, he was a year younger than me as well. But the game, going through the middle of the game, he'd be telling Anthony, take the ball down here and lay it off here. You know, he'd be telling you stuff, and he was only like, he was the year younger than me, like, but he's already was 10 years ahead of me.
Yeah, but he's so long in the academy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's what makes a difference.
And are these lads out of YTS now?
Yeah, these are out. Yeah.
So at this time when you're there, this isn't a youth thing for you. This is like
I'm into
this is big boy stuff.
Yeah, big boy stuff.
So you would have been, say, untraditional in the sense that you didn't go over there at 16, do 2 years YTS as they call it.
That's true.
You were straight in.
Yeah, straight in.
That's unbelievable.
Not real coach. Like a year with in Ireland with the academy, which is nothing to what they'll be on. So I just throw in the deep end, hope for the best.
Like, you're talking miracles here that you got.
Miracles. Yeah,
do you know?
So we played the game and 3-0. Now we got a draw on that as well. 3-0 draw as well.
Score.
We got twice 2 goals in that game as well. And that was grand as well. So I got 2, but one actually that was fluke, hit me in the face.
Go ahead.
I was clearing the ball and hit me straight in the forward, went straight back into the top corner, like pure miracle. Like that was for 3-1.
I hope you celebrate like you meant it.
Oh, I did. So that was got right in the forward, but pure luck. But second goal, obviously, I got another goal, and then I think Lampard could have scored as well. We went 3-3. That was grand. So it was a good game. It was a good game, like, you know. But Vane Jones was playing for Wimbledon.
That's what I was going to say to you as well. So you have lads coming back from injury.
Yes, these are all, and he came on for the last 25
ways.
minutes or 30 minutes, but like
Vinnie Jones did.
Yeah, like different.
A nut job.
And he's
yeah, but quite underrated football.
Oh, he's good,
He was actually good footballer.
Brilliant he was. But he ran as soon as he came on, he ran the game because we were all over him.
Yeah.
Like we would have won had he not come on. We got back to 3-3 and we had him beaten. Like,
but he does. He takes the pressure off everybody else.
As soon as he came on, then
and loves the attention.
Yeah, he was
underrated.
And to be fair, at the time, him and Lampard were in the middle against one another. But Lampard was only a chap at the time.
Yeah.
As Jones ran the game, then it was over. We got a draw. What was to happen? But as soon as he came on, the difference a Premier League player coming into the team.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
I'd say he finds that easy.
Easy, yeah. So that was grand. I'm delighted with that result. And then on the following Wednesday, we had a home game, and it was in Dagenham's ground. So I think it was Barnet.
Is this reserves now as well?
His reserves again.
Okay.
So we had him actually go in to see Redknapp on the Thursday after the game. He said, "You done well. We're delighted with you. Great stuff. Blah blah. We're going to keep you for another while to see how we're going." I said, "That's great. Yeah, another few days training."
Are you getting paid here now?
No, not getting paid here now. No. And at home, I was still getting paid from home, but not from them. Because you're on trial, you don't get paid.
So digs wise, you're staying with your uncle.
I was lucky I had someone.
You're lucky that way,
yeah.
So he was dropping me here and there.
And it's a family home thing as well. Like
correct.
If the home
so
sickness is not there.
Yeah, I didn't think it at the time actually.
Yeah.
But that's probably a good point. So we had Barnes on the home game. That was grand. So the first home game for reserves I played for West Ham. So that was grand. So into the stadium started again. But when we walked out in the stadium into this Dagenham Stadium, there must have been 10,000 people at the match, easy, maybe 12,000. West Ham in particular is a very family oriented club, and the sisters and the daughters and the mothers and the grannies, everyone goes.
The whole family goes to it.
No matter who's playing, if it's West Ham's girls playing, West Ham's B team, West Ham's A team, West Ham reserves, everyone goes. There was 12,000 people, easy. So I walked out, I was like the Champions League final. Barnet, you know what I mean? It was unbelievable.
Crazy,
who are you playing? Barnet,
right?
Barnet.
Unbelievable. Anyway, so that was grand. So the game started, and we won that game. I got 2 goals in that game as well. So I was leading goal scoring reserves for the first couple of games I was there.
So is that 5-3? Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
And my uncle actually at that game, my mum had given my uncle a brand new camera to take photographs, and he was behind the goals that we were playing into. So 2 minutes into the game, the right back played a ball over the top, and I got him behind it. And as it came over my shoulder, I'm thinking, kill it dead, strike it. The goalie's off his line, I'll score.
You would have planned in your head for the ball.
So you know what happens in blinking, right? You're playing. That was grand. But when I was sure, I was thinking it was going to be a goal. It was going to be a match of the day. You know this. And the ball came over my shoulder, miscontrolled it. And I was so mad at myself that the defender got back across me, so I killed it back. I dragged it back to me right, and I hit it just out of vexation, really.
Yeah.
I went straight into the far top corner like a rocket. The uncle behind the goals had a brand new camera. Dropped the camera. I wheeled away to the corner flag. I was scoring the Champions League final winner. He done the same behind the goals.
No way.
The camera missed on the ground, like, you know.
Jesus.
Do you know what I always wanted to ask top pros, right? When you're playing the game, say a game of that where there's loads of expectation on the line, and it's just a normal game for you, right? Do you see things in slow motion?
You do.
Do you know what I mean? That pigeon vision.
And
where you're playing the game in frames almost.
Yeah.
I'd say you have that as well as a player, do you?
Well, you'd see a pass before it comes to you. See, it's just a little check.
Yeah,
like when you're playing, especially when you're playing 35s was a slower, or even when you're playing Premier League.
Even when you get on it, this seems.
Yeah,
this is
So if you're given space, you can do damage. You know what I mean?
I always found when I was playing that, I had always a time.
Yeah.
Because that's a sign of a good player, though.
I had a knack of knowing, says a cross coming in from the right, and I'm thinking that centre half's going to miss that. If I'm standing in this position, I'll get a goal over.
Yeah.
And he would miss it.
Yeah.
And I'd get a tap in.
Yeah.
And I just had a feel. I just had a knack of knowing making mistakes and how to be at the right time. And in England that happens with the really good players. They think it's lucky. It's not lucky. The really good players.
There's no such thing as luck as.
To have a knack of knowing where to be. To have a knack of knowing centre half, probably going to miss that ball now. He's going to go through his legs, or he's going to miss it or misjudge it. And I mean,
yeah.
And You can make and they often say they make the run, and then Papa might get to it and defend it. But I was just there in case he didn't. But when Papa does miss it, I mean,
well, a really good striker. I've said this a few times. A really good striker, when he scores a goal, say a tap in, people say he was there waiting for it.
no.
Like a really good striker is never waiting. He's always
he knows.
arriving.
Yeah, he's coming onto the ball.
knows.
Yeah.
It's happening.
And also too, when I played, obviously I have myself, of course, here, but I never panicked in front of goal. I just said I always knew I'd score, and I never panic. When the ball came to me, I never, oh God, how am I going to do it? It was a goal. I just knew. Once it came near me, it was a goal. I'd never even thought about it. But
like, if I don't know. So you've got 5 in 3.
yeah,
You've wheeled away.
yeah.
Your new camera's been broken. What happens?
Okay, so that was the last game I played for them.
Okay.
So then what happened was so the Premier League season actually was starting in England that season.
Oh, so the first season of
Yeah.
it. How old are you? You're 19?
Just turned 19, yeah.
Okay.
So what happened then was actually West Ham were playing Leeds United on the Premier League opening day. Do you remember Tony Boa?
Yeah.
Tony Boa was playing for Leeds that day. And my family's all Leeds. My dad,
Leeds were league champions, right?
Yeah.
They won the whole first division.
No, it was 2 seasons after that.
He got a couple of belting goals at the start of the season.
That day he got an incredible goal. But anyway, so that game was on the Saturday. And Harry Redknapp came into me and he says, there's a game on Saturday, first game of the season, there's a couple of tickets there if you want to go. Super. So I just love Leeds. My dad and mum love Leeds. Love Leeds. Grand. I go to the match. My uncle comes with me, there's 2 of us going. So just to tell you now about the people who go to the matches. So the seats were apart. So I was 4 or 5 rows behind him and a couple to the left. But I could see him, grand. So I sat down before the match started. Premier League about to start in England. And next thing, this old man about 60 or 65 sat down beside me. So he said, how's it going? How are you? He says to me, it's a great goal he got there at the weekend, or Wednesday night, he said.
No.
Sorry? That was a great goal he got, he said. I said, oh, thank you, says I. Oh, yeah. Well, we all go to all the matches, and he explained to me then, everybody goes to every match because they don't know what player is going to be the next Frank Lampard, the next Ray Ferdinand, and they go to every game. And I remember coming out after that game, with the camera there, for example, out of the stadium, same thing, uncle threw the bag over his shoulder, and everyone thinks you're famous. So you're signing autographs and everything. This is the God's truth. They're signing autographs, and they don't know who you are, but because you're playing for West Ham, and at some point,
I got a photo with him 2 years ago.
there you go. And in 10 years' time, that lad played for, I have his autograph and I have a signature. You know what I mean? That's
like the next generation, isn't it?
Yeah. And your little kids thinking you're the greatest player of all time.
That's the mentality of the whole club, Anto.
That's the whole mentality. And
brilliant, isn't it?
Do you think that's specific to
I think it is
clubs?
With smaller clubs, West Ham,
because they probably wouldn't have the volume,
Man United,
or the resources.
clubs,
They probably wouldn't have the resources to go scout around the world.
No,
so Ireland would have been their best.
Yeah,
so when they get someone in like yourself,
here,
this is a fucking diamond.
And
he's 5 and 3,
and he's free.
And he's free. So the only thing going against me then, obviously, what happened was they had signed a player from Tottenham. Mark Watson was his name. He was a black, about 6'2" colour chap.
Yeah.
But he was the next. You know the way, he's like an Emil Heskey kind of player.
Yeah.
And they played 250,000 for him just before I arrived.
Same age as you?
He's a bit older than me, maybe a year older than me, but they paid savage money for him. Now it's not savage money now, but that was a lot of money to play on a player that wasn't proven. They bought him off the reserves, off of Tottenham's reserves.
Okay.
So they're expecting huge things off him, right? So they signed him anyway. So he had just come in. He got a knock, and he was only back. I didn't actually get to play with him. He only just came back into the team. He was coming back into the team as I was there. So what happened was on the Monday, Redknapp came in and said, Anthony, we're going to have to let you go back because he said we can't afford to keep you because you can't stay as a trial. Either we may sign you or let you go. And he wanted to keep me, but the board who bought Mark Watson, they wouldn't give him the money.
Didn't have the
and it would have been
finances.
small money, and it wouldn't have cost nothing to buy me at the time, because I'm nobody. So
would that have been Parkville would have been the beneficiaries then?
Parkville would have got, Parkville would have got whatever.
Yeah. Percentage of it,
whatever the fee was. We had to pay Parkville as 10 grand, 20, whatever it was. What would have been?
Yeah.
But 20 grand there.
And paying me then, I would have been on a grand a week wages.
Yeah.
That was grand. So the board wouldn't give them the money because they're thinking then it's like it happens still now as well with all, United, Liverpool, all the big clubs. The board decide Papa's a great footballer, we're buying him.
Yeah.
But he might be the best player for the team at the time, but because he's Papa and he's worth €100,000, well, he must be good.
Yeah.
And and the board buys him. The manager didn't buy him. So Redknapp didn't buy this Watson chap. The board bought him, and they wouldn't. And because
you may work with him, or have to buy him.
We're right. You're keeping him. That chap from Carlow, send it back, and that's what happened. That's why I had to come back.
Was it like
tough, isn't it?
Yeah. So when I came back, then a few weeks later, Redknapp rang he rang and said, we made a mistake, we want you to come back.
Go away.
For a while after, come back for pre-season the following season. For pre-season, we want to keep you. You want to sign forms.
And in the meantime, Andrew, you tipping along fitness-wise?
Yeah, tipping along.
Like you're keeping kit. I might get a call back here. I want to be sharp.
Yeah, this is what happened. So what happened then was, sure, that age, I don't have money, sure. No, I wasn't working. I was only doing £84 a week off the first crowd. You know what I mean? Sure, nothing. So I said, I may earn some money. So when I go back to England, I'll have a few pound. I know I was going to be earning over there then. So I would have been on £1,000 a week at the time. But I would have been a professional, and I would have been straight into the reserves.
But you're getting a wage. You're not going on a trial. You're not a trial base anymore.
Yeah. So I knew then. Once I got back, I would have made it that first time only for that chap was signed. I know my heart and soul 100%.
What time of year is this?
So that was the end. So at the end of August 95.
So you would have. So how long did you spend over there?
I was only there for 3 weeks.
Was it pre-season?
Yeah, it was pre-season into the start.
So you're probably July.
Yeah,
mid-July, mid to mid-August time. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And then they decided at that point either we need to sign him or we have to let him back. So the money with the thing with the money.
You'd wonder why they held off though. Like come back next pre-season.
Yeah. So what happened? This thing. Well, what happened was that the chap that had bought.
He must have been very. I never.
He wasn't good. No, he ended up playing for Oldham, and he went down the leagues. They sold him for 15 grand after. He wasn't. He was a terrible player. Not terrible player, but he wasn't what they wanted.
Level, yeah.
And Redknapp was sorry that he let me go. So he said that was just during the course of the season. So in January it was. He actually rang and said, "We want you back pre-season. We're going to keep you. So.
Do you know what the rotten thing is about this, right? If this story is 5 or 6 years ago and West Ham make that decision, you're falling straight to another professional club.
Yeah, this is it, yeah. Do you know?
Because it would have been kind of football viral almost.
100%, yeah.
Now it's you're only been looked at by the West Ham fans
no one else knows about it.
And it's probably been
Correct.
Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Like that's actually upsetting.
It's a heartbreaking story, isn't it?
Yeah, so I finished the season now. That was the season with the 68 goals for Parkville and all that.
68 goals.
And all that grand. So then it was grand. So at the end of the season, right, I had to get a bit of summer work.
Yeah.
For a few months till I got back to England for the season. And that's when I started the job and had the accident. That was it.
So, I don't know, you okay to talk about the accident?
Yeah, it's okay if you want to ask. Yeah.
So tell me, what was it?
So it was in Hackstown in Woodside Park in Hackstown, and in fairness, the Dial family they were brilliant in fairness afterwards. But my job at the time was it was night work. So I had 12 o'clock at night till 8 o'clock in the morning. So there's a hopper in front of me with bark on it, and there was anything that wasn't bark was to be taken off it.
Yeah.
Like papers and stones, thrown into a bin behind you. That was grand. So my job was to do that for 8 hours. That's night grand. So there was only a couple of days into it. One night, I never forget it. It was a stupid thing to do. Obviously, it was a stupid thing to do. But there was a crisp bag. I got caught in the bearing of the machine, right? And I stupidly, I know.
You're young. You're a chap, like.
Yeah, but still, you know, I think back now. Of course, I put my right hand in to pull the bag out, and because it was night work, it was cold, so I was wearing like fleece and hoodies.
Yeah.
Remember the old combat jackets?
Yeah.
And one of those on me. And a hoodie, and a hat, and a hoodie.
Caught the sleeve.
So I was wearing a glove. The glove got caught in the bearing. I said, "Oh Jesus!" So I went to pull it out, and I think I was gone in. My arm was gone in. The bearing had caught my wrist, and it was rolling me in. So I was getting rolled in.
Remember you telling me the story, Pete?
So I got caught in. So I got right up to my mid, just below my shoulder here, and I got pinned there, and the machine cut out. And because of what I was wearing, the bearing was caught in the bearing.
It wasn't a safety mechanism. It was, it's because you were wearing layers.
There was another chap with me. Another chap with me at the time, and he turned the machine off, but it had stopped before he turned it off. But he turned it off anyways. He turned it off, went to get help. So I was in the machine there and I wouldn't mind. It was coming up to just the finish time was 7:30 in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, and I was finished at 8. And then sure, everyone was ambulances and doctors and police and the whole stuff came, and I was there for 3 hours in the machine. Couldn't get me out of the machine.
Jesus Christ.
And Dr. Phelan was the doctor in Raphael Hackstown at the time, and he came and he gave me maybe 10 or 12 morphine injections, you know. Sure, it wouldn't matter. Wouldn't matter. I could still feel it, obviously. You know, I caught the machine. And what happened was the machine had broke all the bones on my arm. So all the bones came out through my skin.
Jesus Christ, Anton.
Oh man, I'll tell you. Told me this before.
I lost all my bicep. Cut the radial nerve. So it was like all this was only and what happened was actually when I was lying, my head was at the machine. I was nearly in the machine as well. That's how I was lucky I was. I stopped right
close.
Yeah, and my radial bone in my arm had come out of my skin and was sticking in my rib. So my rib got cut as well. So it's pretty horrific, you know. So anyway, but that was grand. Couldn't get me out of the machine. Hours. Couldn't do it. So then what happened was they decided to take me and the Byrne in the ambulance to Naas. So they cut a hole in the roof of the ambulance.
Yeah.
Through
changed the fireman and everything, didn't it?
Yeah, they put a sleeper across the roof of the ambulance, put me into the ambulance with the Byrne, cut the Byrne off the machine and put me in, and me and the Byrne into the back of the ambulance, tied a rope out of the
sleeper,
and tied the rope to the Byrne, and I was in the Byrne still, and 7 fire brigade lads came with me in the ambulance, 4 with me holding the Byrne, 3 in the front, and every 4 or 5 miles the lads he'd stop, change the lads around.
You couldn't make up a story like that. I'm telling you, man, it's mental.
Changed it around and all the way to Naas, and I'll never forget the surgeon. There was an Indian doctor going into the ambulance. I'll never forget his face. I was awake the whole time now to do all this, wide awake. Anyway, all the way to Naas, and he had a little scalpel in his hand, and he just done that, nicked me, and I passed out. And at that happened was he got me out of the machine, and they padded it. So they brought me and my arm then straight to James's, and it was partial amputation. It was.
Yeah.
So it wasn't fully off, but almost just a bit of skin holding on. You know?
So the man with the scalpel was
he was able to nick into the point where I was caught to get me out of the Byrne.
So is he going into amputate?
He basically was at the time, but whatever way he done, he was able to just nick it enough that I was able to get me out of the machine.
An absolute magician.
Yeah, do you know? So then the 7 lads in the fire brigade then went
people don't get paid enough money, man.
The lads in the ambulance, the lads in the ambulance were an off day, you know. It was a horrific accident. I know the accidents happened, but it was horrific at the time. I know lots have happened since, but the lads in the ambulance went to Naas, were in coffee shops for ages, drinking tea.
Couldn't get over it, yeah.
Couldn't get over it. I was sent to Anthony James's. Grand job. James's 14 hours operation, saved my arm.
Grand job.
Grand job, yeah.
So anyway, I woke up in James's 16 or 17 hours later, and I just remember waking up and looking down, and I could see my fingers through all the. I was in tin foil and I was padded, and I could see my fingers, just tip my fingers, and I said, oh, thank God I have my arm. That's all I remember. And I passed back out. And then it was a few days later coming around again, but sure, I lost most of the use in it, like, you know.
Yeah. What's the conversation? I know, like that's Graham, absolutely. I can't even measure the grimace.
Well, from fairy tale Podge to like to be on the field with Lampard, Ferdinand playing against Vinnie Jones.
Here's where I am, right? So the doctor comes into you and tells you, obviously, that your reality is over and you're not going back to West Ham. What's worse, the rejection from West Ham, or the doctor telling you you can't do this anymore?
West Ham.
I was thinking that.
That's terrible.
You probably actually hold more. I don't think regret is the right word, but you probably hold more against that time, thinking, why didn't they fucking sign me?
Yeah, and I was probably. I tell you what it was.
Go back to what you said. In the modern day, he's going bribing against another club.
It wasn't that actually West Ham. It was the fact that the circumstance of the chap that signed, who wasn't nowhere near as good as I was.
Yeah,
and that's why I did
because the board bought him.
Because the board bought him, and Redknapp wanted me, not him, and I had to wait another year to get back around, and that was the killing thing. Now, first of all, I was lucky to be alive.
Yeah.
First of all, I was very close to me. I was very, like, it was 3 or 4 minutes.
Did you lose much blood, like?
No, because the machine pinned me, and that was the thing. If they had got me out of the machine in Hackettstown, I would have bled to death in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And I was gone anyway. So for luck, they couldn't get me out of the machine in Hackettstown. So I was, you know what I mean, I was lucky. So that's pure luck. That was first thing.
That's from one extreme to the other.
First of all, the machine stopped before my head went into it. Second of all, they couldn't get me out of the machine till I got the nail, so I didn't lose all the blood. So so 2 things saved me, really.
Cut the top off the ambulance there will fit
me in. Also too as well, the surgeon, it was an Englishman, Dr. Pynton I think his name was only after arriving in Ireland, and he was a more modern doctor at the time, and if he hadn't been on duty that night 6 months earlier, my arm would have been just took off, gone. They wouldn't even thought about it.
Yeah.
But he saved my arm.
Yeah.
So, you know.
So, like, let's park that.
Okay.
Move on. How do you get over the fact that you're never going to play competitive football again?
Yeah.
Like, even if you were only
from a lad to love, from love it to that.
Yeah,
but even if you were only to ever play junior, do you know that you forget about West Ham, right?
Yeah. I couldn't play any soccer
because you said at the very start you loved the game.
Yeah,
I always had a ball.
Always.
Does it drive you into depression? Does it? Do you know?
I didn't think I was myself. No, maybe my family probably tell you different. No, but I was very lucky. My both parents are amazing. My sister was amazing. So I was lucky that way. My family in general was good. The community of Hackettstown was amazing. But I was recovering for 2 or 3 years, so I didn't really have time to think about That. It was only when I was fully recovered and I actually
You felt well, sir. Yeah.
felt well and I was healthy. I was able to get back to a bit of running and then it sort of hit me then. And I don't think I ever really got depressed over it. I don't think myself now. Maybe my family might say different, but I don't think I ever did.
Did you look back at it? Did you look back at the time and say...
But I also remember too, which is a bit weird, I remember this, when the accident actually happened, I know like almost I nearly died obviously, but I can remember like looking down on the accident like from above, right? Looking down, I was able to tell people where their cars were parked. I could see myself in the machine. I could see where the cars were parked. Yeah, I could see all that.
Whoa.
Yeah,
you have visions and epiphanies here, like.
Yeah, so I was able to tell them where the ambulance was parked, where Dr. Phelan's car was parked, where my father's car was parked, where I could see myself in the machine, who was around me, who was there.
Is this our body shit? Is it?
So I was able to tell them all that. So I remember that like vividly, really well. I could see myself in the machine, see the doctors running around with the ambulance. I could tell where everyone's parked, everything. So
you're saying now you can still see that?
Oh, you can still see it now, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Fucking hell. It's it kind of puts like I don't even know what to say at the end.
Did you go look at games, Anta, when you got back?
I didn't. No.
No, do you know what I'd say after you said 2 years you were back running?
No, I don't. I no interest in watching.
Did you find yourself if I go look at a game?
Yeah, I couldn't. I
know.
I lost. No, obviously I watched soccer on telly, but I never went to see Carol League matches, or I don't anymore. I didn't. I stopped doing all that. I couldn't go look at a match now. I wouldn't go look at a Carol League match now. I wouldn't look at it. No. I don't know why that is. I can't actually explain that. Now I did get back playing soccer, which I shouldn't have been. 5-a-side, which I loved, and for years played 5-a-side.
I actually played against you a good few times.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
Right, okay. I'm
unforgettable. To be fair, I was unforgettable. Anyway.
Yeah. So I played a bit of youth.
You was come up and train with Stretford at the time.
Because All right, okay. Yeah. See, so I played a bit of 5-a-side, which wasn't supposed to be playing, and then I did a bit of soccer with Feox then, which was 15 or 16 years later. Then I shouldn't have been doing either. I wasn't supposed to be playing soccer. 35s then is a lot different 35s now, Anto, let me tell you. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you think because you didn't reach the very top where you were so close to, it drained all the love?
I think so.
Of the game out of you?
Yeah. And
is it a case of saying, well, if I can't play fucking there, what's the point?
Yeah. 100%.
It's all or nothing.
Yeah.
That's
so
it.
I lost. I know. That's whatever. It was 26 years ago now, and I've never went to see a Carol League match since.
I get it though. I do actually get it.
But I know, obviously, I watch matches on telly, of course, Premier League matches. I love Barcelona. I used to love when Messi was playing for Barcelona.
You always said that work, yeah.
And watching him.
What excites you about Messi?
Sure, he's just the greatest player of all time.
I agree with you.
Without any hesitation. Of all time.
Who's better than him?
Maradona.
No. Maradona had one season in Napoli and one more.
Maradona was one.
Maradona partied on the Saturday night and won the league on the Sunday. What did Messi do? Will you go out with that?
Anyway, but that's just
drugs or what?
Everyone's opinion is different.
Maradona was.
Yeah.
He wasn't. Still was the best player ever.
So Messi.
I watched Messi. It was incredible. And Ronaldinho before Barcelona. I love Barcelona. Ronaldinho was an incredible player.
I think the thing about
Messi.
I
watched them.
That's what people look at different things.
Yeah.
Like you would find yourself like an attacking player. I was a midfielder. I was in awe of Busquets, Iniesta, Xavi.
Yeah, well, they were incredible as well.
Because of midfielder.
Because of where you played.
And I was like, man, that's just the way it's.
Sure, I was a sub and I love Messi. There was some we don't mean to like Solskjaer or someone.
You love the sausage man.
I only a sub now as well. I wouldn't really
Solskjaer. Ronnie Rosenthal every beside me. Look.
So that's
it's a fair story or yarn, like, and not a yarn obviously because it all happened, but I think there's more to it from a psychology sense.
Yeah,
there's probably places where you could go that you're never going to get answers to.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Where are you now in relation to training? You just running?
I live for running. Yeah, anyone knows me knows.
Any grow to ever kick a ball?
Never. No.
It's gone. It's dead.
Yeah, never. No. Yeah. No. And in fairness, Bobby, you had on last week here, the legend Bobby here.
Legend?
Lovely chap. But he...
that's not the cost of Bobby.
As I call him the journeyman.
Yeah.
He's asked me a few times to coach the boys, his crowd. Is it fixed?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I wouldn't do that. I told him I wouldn't do that because first of all I'm not qualified anyway. And second of all, I can't show them what I would want them to do anyway. You know, so
what do you get frustrated if you said
yeah. So if I exactly. No, I've no patience either. As anyone that knows me, I have no patience. So if I was saying teaching Papa, no, Papa, I want you to do this X, Y, and Z tonight on training. And if he didn't do it, then I'd hate him.
So if you're doing like a finishing drill where you're popping off a defender, and getting to your back foot up and putting the top corner,
and if he doesn't do it, then I'm thinking
you're like, he's shy.
Why can't you do that?
He's shy. That's the thing with coaches.
Never
be a coach.
Never be a coach, never be a manager. Having the patience for it, and I'm not qualified anyway. So
well, sure. None of us qualified really.
No, I didn't like saying that.
You're overqualified, Podge.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say that. But that is a thing in people. Glenn Hoddle had that.
Yes, some people just don't.
That's what wrong Glenn Hoddle in management.
Yeah, you have to, coaching. I never, and even if I'd have made it as a professional, right, and had, say, a 15-year career, I still wouldn't have been into coaching or management. I would have been on television getting handy money as a pundit.
Yeah, and I find that gas, because if I had your story, if I was in your shoes, if I stopped playing, right, and I had a 15-year professional career, do you know that kit job?
Yeah.
I'd do that for nothing if not to make millions.
Would you?
Oh, I agree.
I'd just go in, have the kit ready for the young lads coming in, tell a story to them. I remember being in your shoes.
Yeah, and
make it realistic for him.
But that's not
keep
coaching.
Trying. You'll get there eventually. I would do that for nothing.
That's fine. I agree. I would do the same, but that's not coaching.
No, it's not coaching.
Yeah,
but that's like being a father figure to younger people.
That's different.
I'd love that. Yeah, I would do that for nothing.
Have you ever thought writing a book? Have you ever thought writing a book?
You can't write.
No, sure. Dyslexic.
No, but would you ever, honestly? I think it's a good enough story.
I'll be honest with you.
I'll tell you, it's an amazing story.
I'll be honest with you. This is actually a very hard thing to do. I know there's only the three of us here, but people listening. But
1,200 a week, Anto. Just saying.
But
and it is the postman who runs.
If I was playing a match in the morning in Wembley, for Ireland against England, I'd go and I wouldn't even think about it. I'd do it easy. But if I had to stand in front of two people and speak to them,
we talked about this downstairs.
I was telling Papa outside there. I was nervous doing this, which is
really,
this kind of thing I don't like to do. Not because of the story, I just don't like to do it because
it's just not your thing.
It's just true of us, but I know people are going to be listening to it.
Do you feel like you're kind of narcissistic almost, like kind of gloating, or is it just that?
It feels, just like when I'm saying, I got this many goals and I've done this and I scored this, I don't like that.
I get that. I do get that off you.
I
do get that off, though. Do you like modesty?
I'll put it this way to you. That's a story you could tell every single week, and no one knows about the story. I'd say I'm one of the only lads who knows about the story with the ambulance, the West Ham thing. I didn't know all of it. I knew a good chunk of it.
Yeah,
but there was my story to tell, so I told no one about. But there's many lads in this town who wouldn't be half the player he is, who, if they were in that situation, it'd be all over every single week shared on Facebook again.
It's nuts.
It's nuts. He doesn't speak about it. That's his story, and that's why it's an even better story.
That's a good point what you said there about.
It's an even better story.
I tell you, I got this many goals, got that many goals. I scored here, I played here. I don't like doing that because I sound like I think I'm the best player of all time. I don't think that at all.
Yeah.
And I don't like the idea of saying, what did you do? Yeah. I'm telling you because he's asked me, but for this, this is fine, okay, but I don't like doing that.
Are you a drinker?
No, I never drink in my life.
Doesn't drink in his life.
I was thinking that.
I never smoke in my life, no.
I was thinking that. I'm going to finish this last question, right? And this is lousy, but it's just going to do mind. Let's go back to that conversation with Harry Redknapp.
Okay.
Where he tells you that he's signing your man from Spurs.
Yeah, he had signed him, yeah.
What are you saying to him to change his mind?
I didn't send it to him.
No, what are you? I'm giving you the opportunity.
Oh, no.
We're going back. Here's the opportunity.
I don't know what I'd say.
You're fine. This is your career here on the line.
Yeah. I actually don't know. There's a bit on the spot there. What did he say to him? Actually, I don't think it would matter really because his hands were tied.
I think you're the kind of person that you let your feet be confident, but your mouth is not.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you say, I'll show you I'm better than him, but I can't tell you how I'm better than him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, brilliant.
That's what I think you do.
Right,
you say, right, I'll tell you what you do. Give me 45 minutes in his role, and then give him 45 minutes doing that. And I'll show you I'm better than him.
That's exactly what I would have done.
But I can't explain it to you how I'm better than him.
If I had done that, I would have done the same.
That's how you answer that question just asked you.
That's your answer.
Do you know, because you're like, well...
Yeah, I can do this.
Yeah. Fair enough. Just... See,
and that's struggling with. He never shuts up and work like.
I had to say that was
related, Papa.
Chris, how long have we gone? That's unbelievable.
That's unbelievable.
I don't even know if we fully covered the story. Have we? Is there more? Have we missed anything?
I don't think so.
Well, you would know. I wouldn't know.
How many goals did I score against that team? I really think now. No, I think so.
I have to tell you, it's an amazing. That's one question, Podge.
Yeah.
We normally have 5 or 6 questions for each guest, and then they name a team.
Yeah.
You don't even name it. Here, give me 5 minutes, top of your head. Not even 5 minutes. 4-4-2, goalkeeper. Quickly, can you think of the best team you ever played? With or against?
Cobbs Cody, left field back, definitely 100%.
Have you a goalie?
Niall Connolly.
Mentioned many a time, yeah. Cobbs Cody left full.
Pacquiao right back. And I played
then Cobbs Cody ever knows about player Rio Ferdinand.
Chopper Talon maybe from Paxtown, and Jerry Kavanagh from Harfield, centre halves.
Yeah.
Well, obviously Vinnie Jones in midfield. I played with him.
Brilliant.
Frank Lampard beside him.
Yeah.
Okay, then let me see. I played a bit.
Ferdinand doesn't get in his team.
No, he's useless.
Man.
I seen him when he was young.
So you're training, you're fish hooked.
He was lucky.
You're Lampard and Jones.
Yeah. Let me see. God, it's hard. I tell you who I would have had centre forward. A chap from Dublin. I played with him when I was in Dublin. Marky, what was his name? He played in League of Ireland for a good few years. He went to Newcastle. What was his first name? Something Marky. Can't think of his first name.
Is it Darryl Markey?
It could have been. He would have been like maybe Papa's build, but he was brilliant.
Savage.
Six-pack, did he?
Savage,
brilliant player. Yeah, Savage, brilliant. Yeah.
I think it's Darryl Markey.
It could be. He would have been centre forward. He went to Newcastle, but I went to West Ham.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he would have been better than he was. We were similar, probably. I was probably a better finisher, but he was a better player.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And but he was a stronger player than I was. He was a bit built. He was strong. But he didn't make it because he was purely because
he missed a lot of chances.
But he was also, he had that mentality. He was homesick.
Yeah, see.
Whereas I was the opposite. Doesn't matter. I'm going to be a professional. He didn't have that, but he had everything else.
Yeah,
and he came back to he played for Bows. For a good few years.
I think it's Darryl Markey.
He was really good. He was really good now. He was really good centre forward.
The name does sound familiar. I think he was on that Roddy Collins Bows team that won the double.
It was great. And tell you who I actually played a bit as well? Stewie Byrne.
Oh yeah, good player. Yeah.
Stewie Byrne, remember for Shells?
Oh yeah,
Stewie Byrne, I played with him. So he was a very good player as well.
That team is a podge.
Are you putting yourself in the team?
Oh no, I wouldn't do that.
Fuck's sake.
Yes, I don't do that. You don't do that. No one ever's done that. I look back on it.
I wouldn't be good enough to get into that team.
Bobby was
Would you not?
Who's the manager?
Who's the manager?
Yeah.
Who's the manager?
It has to be Harry, doesn't it?
It has to be Harry Redknapp.
What's he like?
He a gentleman. I mean, himself and his son Jamie was terrible. I met him as well. He was there as well. He's come in now. Lovely chap as well. Now everyone knows where they are now, of course. But like we didn't know who they were at the time. Lovely, and also Frank Lampard's father.
Yeah,
Frank Lampard Senior.
Frank as well.
Absolutely one.
I think he's passed away, has he?
Real nice man.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, remember he scored a penalty.
He lived there when Frank was playing. He lived there.
They were related, right?
Yeah, so
Lampard and
Harry is married to Frank Lampard Senior's wife.
That's it. So yeah. So
sorry, Frank Lampard Senior's sister.
Sorry. It's a funny thing too.
What's going on?
When you're over there, right?
And
I wasn't there for that long, but when you're over there, they don't see you as some young lad from Ireland, an
outsider. You're part of the family.
If you're good enough to play with them, they want you there.
That's the club, though, I think.
Yeah. So Redknapp and that and Ferdinand, they were really nice. But they were really nice to me now. They were like, I got on really well with them for the while I was there, and they don't think they had no egos. There was no like, you shouldn't really be here. You're not good enough. They see you playing. They know you can play, so you should be here with us. Yeah. That's how it is. And if you make it, that's great. That makes our team stronger. So they want you there if you're good enough.
Do you know what's just come into my head, right? You've actually lived a life in 4 weeks.
Yeah, I did actually. Yeah, I did my dream for 4 weeks.
You lived your life in them 4 weeks.
Now I'm postman in Hackerstown in Carlow.
But maybe that's why.
I haven't said that in the best postman in Carlow, but
but maybe that's why you're okay with
it. No, it's for 4 weeks. Like
you've lived your life there in 4 weeks.
Your only dream is to be a professional footballer. Well, you succeeded in your dream for 4 weeks, and then you just got unlucky.
I actually also forgot to mention just quickly in the January. Before I got my accident, I went actually over to Leighton Orient.
All right.
Barry Hearn.
Barry Hearn. Yeah,
I met Barry Hearn.
Yeah,
he was the manager.
He was the owner.
He was the owner of
owner manager. I think he was both. Was he?
No, Barry owned Peterborough.
Yeah,
but he would have been his first club. His manager was Leighton Orient.
Yeah, so he was there. So he was looking for players, and Harry Redknapp said, "Oh, we have a chap who should have been here. He was coming back to us in the summer. bring him over for the second half of the season. But when I went back to Leighton Orient, there was an awful snowstorm in London. The weather was terrible. There was no matches, no training. And they didn't have nothing they could do, so I had to come back. I didn't get to play over there.
Barry Hearn, you're right. I'm thinking of Barry Fry. Peter.
No, Barry Hearn.
Sorry.
The son is the boxing lad.
Yeah.
Eddie Hearn, yeah.
I met him. He was a lovely man as well to come in.
Your mother always says, Anta, what's for you won't pass you by, and that's
true.
You were not meant to be.
No,
but there's
do you know what I mean? It's just, that's it. It's just your story.
I think, it's my story.
There's
like the snow for Leighton Orient. You probably would have been over in England. The accident wouldn't have happened. You would have been stayed in England.
But there's
going to West Ham. You know what I mean? It could work so many ways.
Thousands of things.
There's tens of thousands that never lived that career and played football all their lives.
Yeah, honest to God.
That's what I mean by saying you lived a life in 4 years.
No, the only thing that I don't like is I know there's players that play, when I had an accident and recovering, I'm watching matches in England thinking, like, how did they make it? Just play.
Does that frustrate you? Yeah.
Yeah, I know I would definitely been right.
Why does that frustrate you though?
Also too, I know players that were over there with me and players that went over since and before that were better than players that played. But you have to be lucky. You need to be lucky, unless you're Messi or Ronaldo or
Why does that frustrate you though?
Because how can a player who's not good enough play, and a player who is good enough not make it? Like, for example, I always tell people this story about Francis Benali. You know Francis Benali?
Yeah. Southampton.
Yeah. Francis Benali was the worst player of all time, I think.
Yeah.
But he had an unbelievable career.
He was from the very start of the Premier League for maybe 6 or 7 or 8 years.
Average, a really, really average player.
Yeah.
But he had a brilliant career. Everyone knows who he is.
Do you know what I found out about him, Anto? He was decent in the Dell, which is Southampton's old ground, because it was a small epoxy pitch with the crowd on top of you.
Yeah.
You send him to Old Trafford,
anywhere else,
or a European, wherever if they're in Europe, or a bigger pitch. He's schooled.
Yeah,
but he's absolutely
that's my
schooled.
point. Is, and obviously fair play to him. He made himself as a great career. But I just think, how can a really good player, say that Markey chap now, that went over that Newcastle now, that chap, like, he was a million times better player than Francis Benali was, but he didn't make it.
But how can we make them statements if we don't know how hard Benali's working?
That's true. That's true.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you kind of don't know. Like, he might know the game inside out.
He
might work really hard.
Yeah.
Like, because I know there's the old thing of the harder you work, the luckier you get, and all that crap.
I know, but also, but that's fair enough, right? But then I'm thinking, if you watch some of his matches now, right? You watch back some of the old games against, say, teams against good players, and you watch him getting roasted, and you're thinking, if he just steps back a couple of yards, he won't get roasted. If he does this, he won't get roasted. Now, I'm an average player like yourselves, just lads watch the matches. I know what he's doing wrong there, but he's still getting paid
consistently
20 grand a week.
Yeah.
I didn't
but you could have the argument forever, though.
But it's an argument you'll never win or lose.
No,
it's
so
just an opinion.
That's the only thing I have, and I can't go to watch Carling League matches, like local matches. I wouldn't go look at matches.
Just frustrates you.
Yeah, I couldn't look, because I know I should be playing out there. Like,
even still.
100% I still be playing. 100%.
Should you?
100% I still be playing. Easy. I should easy playing 35 still. Easy.
Why don't you?
I can't run out with my arm.
Just definitely can't.
It's too gone too weak now. It's gone. I'm 48 now, heading 49.
And do you think that if you were a full health,
100%,
that you'd still be good enough to play Premier right now?
Well, not Premier probably, maybe. Because you'd be probably not. I don't know what standards like anymore, but definitely should be playing 35s.
Easily.
And if you're honest to God, I played second division last year, or whatever that bottom division was with the B team, and you'd still have an impact on games.
Yeah, so I reckon. I think without this being thing in my grade, lad, I probably could.
Yeah, Premier knows,
but that's not arrogance, though. I think that's just knowing your ability as well.
Yeah. The thing is, now, once this is over, now I'll be happy, because I've told you the story. I sound like an absolute prick because I'm telling you I'm a great lad, right? Well, I'm not. I don't actually think that. But that's it now. Then that won't be heard again now for another 20 years. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Which is fine with me.
Is it a release for you to come in and tell a story?
It's a release. Like, to be fair, anyone listening probably doesn't know who I am. So, do you know what I mean? No one's going to know who I am.
Like I said, the best way to describe
I've told a few people that I know to listen to it, but they know my story already.
Yeah.
But you take the lads that are listening to this now.
I'll put this. There's a lot of lads in work. Well, there's a good few lads in work that know Anthony, and they wouldn't know this story about him.
Yeah. I don't think there's many out there.
Yeah,
with
but everybody, anything else, I just don't want people thinking that I'm a great lad.
No.
I think you're a great lad.
Yeah.
When anybody thinks that, it doesn't know you.
Yeah, do you know? So it's just like, and it'll probably come across that
they're always skitting and laughing and working all that, but there's no.
You're skitting and laughing, are you?
Oh, am I?
That's unlike you.
I haven't time. I'm very busy in work. Papa has time to skit.
Yeah.
So that's the thing.
That is unbelievable, right?
Yeah.
That is some fucking story.
Thank you.
And I can guarantee you, there is, as I just said, there is tens of thousands of people that come through this county in soccer that'll never live the life you lived to football.
No.
And in 4 weeks, and your career was cut short through tragedy.
It's unbelievable, yes. It's fantastic.
The fact that you got recovered, got over the setback, don't carry it as a burden, don't hold a grudge apart from that striker that's signed from Spurs, right? All these little things, and you've got on with your life.
Yeah.
I think is testament to the man you are.
Thank you very much.
And I genuinely wish you all the best.
Thank you very much. And just like to say thanks to both of you for having me on.
Yeah, no, cheers.
I was just thinking you must be very stuck for lads that you have.
But I tell you,
thanks
anybody else, anybody that was on
and thanks
podcast,
Bobby down there, the legend there, the journeyman, because he was the one that got me to come in.
Yeah. Well, you were on a radar though.
Oh, sorry, I know you're on time, but just quickly, I just like to also thank anyone at the time of my accident in Hackestown, and they were amazing to me at the time.
Brilliant.
I had interviews at the time, a long time ago, but just to have a chance now just to thank anyone.
Yeah, fair play, yeah.
Blessing my family, and anyone that know me. It was very good to me.
Fair play, yeah.
Do you have any footage of you playing?
I have no footage of me playing. There is footage of me playing a 7-a-side somewhere.
Okay.
In Park for 7, do you know the 7-a-side in the summer?
Audio studio, yeah.
Town tournament.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but God knows.
That was the pre-season.
That was about 117 years ago. So I'd say it's in black and white.
Papa, it's time.
Can I just say something before we go?
Pods versus Papa.
Before we do this.
Yeah.
The Big Gav, Neville Southall contacted me tonight.
Yeah.
The Oscars are doing an open night training session next Thursday.
I never got the call to get involved.
It's not my call to make. Gavin's
That's a joke.
Next Thursday in the college, 8 to 10, they're doing trials for anybody to think is good enough to come in. I say obviously they'll contact the clubs as well, and the managers, so just a heads up on that, but they'll be contacted anyway.
Brilliant. I did hear about the open trial. I think it's a good idea, to be honest.
It's time for 2 Peas in a Podcast. Podge versus Papa, sponsored by Kelly Auto Repairs.
Friday night, Collection Crittiyard, Pop, what are you having? Haven't played Collection now, you know, they're like Crittiyard of, I think Craig is back for Crittiyard.
Craig is back. I'm going to go Collection 1, Crittiyard 3.
I'm going to go 2-1 Crittiyard. 6-5 currently in scores, Pop. You're a point up.
Yep.
Papa, that's your name, Papa, isn't it? Apparently.
That's me. That's my name. Don't wear that.
And we only have 2 games. So the other game is also, it's yourselves and Burnside. It's Sunday morning, right?
Yeah.
Well,
2-1 Hanover.
Ballon won the football. Boys wouldn't be back yet. Is there outside competitions for that? Junior?
There is, yeah. Yeah.
I go 3-1 Hanover. I think Ballon are missing a few still.
See, yeah.
I know they have the chap in midfield who's very good, Fagan.
Yeah.
I know Tracy's playing. I know Dardonoghue was there. They have a few lovely players, but they're short a few still, aren't they?
Couple, yeah.
Brilliant. Okay. I actually have a show as well. A friend of mine, Tucker O'Brien from Wexford, Shamrock Rovers coach down in Enniscorthy. There's an evening with Steve Staunton and special guests on Wednesday the 6th November in the Amber Springs in Gorey in County Wexford. Tickets £25 and can be gotten on Eventbrite. All proceeds are going towards an autism unit in Gorey's Educate Together secondary school. He asked me to do the show 3 or 4 times and I completely forgot about it, so there it is there. Fixtures, Poppy O.
Yeah, let's go.
Jeez, this is forever podcast. Do you know what is? The locks are going to be changing my door when I get home. That's the truth. Friday, Clash and Critty Yard, as we discussed.
Yeah.
And the Ladies League is back Friday night. Also, League champions St. Pat's take on Parkville. On Saturday, in the Youths, Bagnallstown against this Division 1, Bagnallstown against Collection, Critty Yard against St. Felix. In Division 2, Parkville versus Bagnallstown and Vale versus Ballymurphy. The Junior Cup, Arklow against Parkville. That'll be a cracker.
Good game, yeah. Great setup down there.
A little bit of a derby. Wicklow, Tullow. Don't be too far away from each other, would they? What, 40 minutes?
Who was against, sorry?
Arklow versus Tullow versus Parkville.
Oh, yeah.
Some setups.
You
See
beat Needle
Arklow, no, you haven't been at it, no. Some setup, isn't it?
Yeah.
Unbelievable setup.
They've amazing pitches down there.
Yeah, full-size Astro there as well. And
good game, that will.
Yeah, good game, yeah. See, he was in golf Parkville, by the way.
No.
Kyle, chap from Michael. You had him in the academy, did you? Did you have him in the academy? Was it Trevor? It's Kyle Nolan, is it? Can't think of a second name, but some goalkeeper. He's in the Parkville team. Anyway, Felix Ballymurphy in the girls under 18 league, which is great. That's the first season of that. In the Division 1, Vale Wanderers B versus Ballymurphy Celtic A. That'll be a good game. Sorry about this, lads. I don't know what's a drop in here. My phone. It's retarded. Don't say that, Podge. Cut that out, Chris, will you? In the Mullins Cup semi-final, Joseph's against Pats and Collection versus Bangers. Oh, she got knocked over that, didn't you, on penalties?
Yeah, that, didn't you?
What?
I was waiting on leave.
I only stand facts.
Momo.
I went. Momo. The FA Junior Cup, Gorey against Felix. Long way to go, Felix. That'll be a tough one.
That'll see where Felix are.
Yeah, Gorey are
proper
top.
soccer.
Gorey won Leinster a couple years ago.
Gorey are top. I was talking to Bobby about them work. That's the top. And if everybody back Felix have so.
Yeah,
it's a proper game to get when you're
great
full
test.
squad. Yeah.
Fort Celtic versus Bagnallstown, Newark versus Rathnure, Vale Wanderers versus St. Pat's, Thomastown versus Dolman.
Vale Wanderers Pats, in the next round.
Yeah, in the next round of that, yeah.
Down in Vale.
In Vale, Sunday morning, yeah. Euro against Burn Celtic as discussed. In the Division 1, Mill Celtic against Slaney. That'll be a good game. I tell you, fixtures aren't bad this week. Castle Rangers versus Newark B, Critty Yard B versus Parkville B, Felix B versus Ballinglass B. That's in Division 2. In Division 3, Wolfhill versus Hanover Harps B. You playing?
No, sure.
Finished. Bagnallstown B versus Nurney Villa. Ballymurphy Celtic B versus Collection B. St. Joseph's versus. He scored a winning penalty in the cup final. He's a hero, man.
Oh, right.
He signed his boat and went up for auction. He got 10 grand for it.
Still on eBay.
Yeah, eBay. Joseph's versus Burn Celtic B in that Division 3 also. And in the ladies, there's only one ladies in the division. There's only one division, the ladies, is there?
Ladies are back to 11 aside too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nurney versus Critty Yard, New Park versus Ballymurphy. Great to see New Park back in the league, isn't it? After coming from Kilkenny, I think Vale are back in it as well. And in Division 3, the cup final, Dolman Celtic versus Ballymurphy, Wednesday the 16th of October in St. Patrick's Boys at 8 o'clock.
Next Wednesday. We're going on to that, yeah.
Yeah. I probably went through fixtures forever there, did I? No, I didn't. I got them right. Okay. That's it, lads, for this week. Thanks so much for listening. The live podcast, Bob. Yeah, you know, the microphone can pick up whispers, can't you? The live podcast is sold out, lads. People have been asking me all week, can I get at the door? Any chance of a ticket? No, lads.
Can I get one? No. Can I get one?
VIP.
Can I get one? No.
You can be. You're going to be your guest. Not tell you that, no.
Not again.
Second half of your story.
You're sticking me now.
Yeah. We can't let you in at the door. It's a small venue. It's a tight venue. We're at capacity. Thanks so much again for people buying tickets. We genuinely appreciate it. If you have a ticket and you're not going, let me know. There's no doubt we'll be able to resell it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thanks again for supporting Buy Me a Coffee. It keeps us rolling out these episodes every single week. Anto, thanks for coming on. It was a pleasure and a fantastic story, and I wish you all the best.
Thanks, lads.
In whatever you do.
Thanks for having me on. As
brilliant always.
Story and Mark, respect is that you're so humble about it, and
yeah,
it's an unfortunate accident, but you lived your dream for 4 weeks. Not many lads get to do it for
that's true.
a length of time. So,
and just best of luck with your podcast.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, Anthony.
That's a great job.
If you have Harry Redknapp's number, send it on to us. Might get him in for a guest.
Get him over, special guest, will you?
I get him over, no problem.
Yes.
Leave
Franco
you get me a ticket for the live show. I get you whatever. Is that right?
I get you a ticket for the next 10 live shows.
Okay.
As always, not my podcast, lads.
Not my podcast.
It's Carlo Soccer's podcast. It's your podcast. Thanks again and good luck.
Thank you.
That's full time on this episode of the How Is He podcast. Available on all podcasting platforms. Find us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter/X. Proudly sponsored by Curra Sports. For more information, contact Shane@currasports.com or check out their website, currasports.com.